Hi, I'm Don Stark, your host for Scuba Visions TV. Each week we take you on a tour of one of our favorite dive sites. In this week's episode, we explore a site called the Thunderdome. The Thunderdome gets its name from the metal dome that was built there in the early 1990s for a French game show that was ran very, very briefly. The dome is now broken apart, but provides excellent shelter for a large school of French grunts and schoolmasters, and the dome itself has become covered with encrusting organisms like sponges and tube worms. And the tube worms have now provided excellent homes for spiny-headed blennies and secretary blennies, some of which you'll see at the end of the dive when we explore the Thunderdome. But at the beginning of the dive, we go out to the wall here. And the wall here is excellent. It's a vertical wall starting at about 50 feet and dropping straight down to about 6,000 feet. It's covered with corals and sponges and is the home to a large variety of fishes like chromises and Creole wrasses. I think you'll enjoy this dive.
These are Cabera snappers, and usually they're found just as single animals, but here was a small school of them hovering at the edge of the wall. In this shot, you can see the verticality of the wall at the Thunderdome. Creole wrasses were quite abundant on the edge of the wall. Here we see red star coral, several types of sponges, and gorgonians on the edge of the wall. This barracuda is on a cleaning station. This is a black durgeon hanging out on the edge of the wall. Here we see blue and brown chromises along with various wrasses and damselfish hanging out over the top of a coral head. This is a small school of yellow goatfish. This southern stingray is feeding, accompanied by a saucer-eyed porgy, a doctorfish, a sandtile fish, and a yellowtail jack. And now we get to the Thunderdome. Those are schoolmasters off to the left. Most of the fish inside the Thunderdome are French grunts. You can see the encrusting growth of sponges and corals on the Thunderdome itself. Winter storms have caused the dome to begin to collapse upon itself. Here's one of the many spiny-headed blennies that have made its home on the Thunderdome. Bristleworms like this one are very attractive, but you don't want to touch them while you're diving because they're very hazardous to divers. This one is searching for a place to hide. And ultimately, the bristleworm finds a hole to crawl into.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that dive, and I hope you'll come back and join us again soon. I want to hear your comments and suggestions. You can email them to me at don@scubavisions.com. I want to hear from you, and I hope you'll come back and dive with us again soon. Until then, get wet and have fun.